Welcome back, students. Class 12C. We shall now discuss question number 39 of partnership retirement, and the adjustment says settlement of retiring partners amount in different phases. It is possible that a partner who is retiring does not get all the amount at the time of his retirement. So we will find out how the firm, which is the remaining firm, continues to pay to the retiring partner either through some of the drafts made through bank, or it can continue its loan account also. Let us check out the question. As you can see, there are three partners X, Y and Z, and the profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1. This is their old ratio. The balance sheet stands as follows. The creditors are at rupees 21,000. There is a workman compensation reserve for rupees 12,000. There is an investment fluctuation reserve at rupees 6,000, and the capital accounts of X, Y and Z are given, out of which Z will be the retiring partner. On the asset side, you see a balance of cash at bank is given. Debtors minus old provision is also given to you. The amount standing outside is rupees 38,000. Then you have stock at rupees 30,000. Also, the market value of investment is 17,600, whereas the book value is at rupees 15,000. So when it will be taken over by any of the partners, it will be taken at a difference. Patents will be at rupees 10,000, machinery at rupees 50,000, goodwill is at rupees 6,000, and this is the old goodwill of the firm which will be written off by the old partners in their old ratio, and there are certain advertisement expenses which are also to be taken aback, which is rupees 5250. The total of balance sheet is rupees 1,60,000 on each side. Let us now talk about the adjustments. Z has retired and the new goodwill of the firm is to be valued at rupees 34,800. What we have to do? To this amount we will find out the share of Z, and it will be compensated by X and Y in their gaining ratio if so. The value of patents is to be reduced and the machinery is to be reduced. But for patent it will be 20% of the value, and for machinery it will be reduced by 10% so that it remains at 90% in the new balance sheet. Then what we have to do? A provision for doubtful debts is to be made to 6% on debtors. Some provision is already given. The remaining balance has to be made through the revaluation account. Let us check out the more adjustments are there. Now some more adjustments of the firm include Z took over the investments at market value. So he took them away at rupees 17,600, and a balance 15,000 was its book value. And when he took them away at market value, the difference 17,600 minus 1,500 will be transferred to revaluation account. This is again a new adjustment. The liability for workman compensation to the extent of rupees 750 is to be created. A new liability for workman compensation is to be created. Next is a liability of 4,000 is not to be paid, means this liability is reducing. Pass on these three through revaluation account only. Then the amount which is due to Z, who is the retiring partner, it is to be paid in the following manners. Let us check out how. Rupees 5067 is to be paid to him immediately when he retires. 50% of the balance of his capital account is to be paid within 1 year, and the other balance is to be paid by a draft. So we will create a loan account and we will create a bills payable account, because with a draft of rupees 50% of the total amount for 3 months. So we will pay him, we will create a bills payable account, and we will also create his loan account. Let us check out through the solution how this can be done. As you can see, we will now make the revaluation account. So at the time of settlement of retiring partners amount in various different phases, we first have to find out the profit or loss on revaluation. Let us see how the assets and liabilities have been revalued. So here, patents, they have reduced their value by rupees 2,000. Secondly, the value of machinery is to be reduced to 90%. Means 100 minus 90, 10% is the amount which is to be reduced. 10% कम करना है ताकि वो फाइनल अमाउंट में 90% शो करे. So out of rupees 50,000 minus 10%, 5,000 rupees will be the value which has gone down for machinery. Asset value gone down. Next adjustment will be a provision on debtors is to be raised up to the extent of rupees 2,400. Out of which you see that rupees 2,000 is already seen in the previous balance sheet. So how much is the extra amount which is again to be raised? Further provision will include 2,400 minus rupees 2,000 which is rupees 400 because the provision on debtors have to be created at 6% on debtors. So 6 4s are 24. Next, investments. The value at which investments were taken over by Z, the retiring partner, were rupees 17,600. But the book value was rupees 15,000. So he has taken them at a higher price. Means the value of investment, which is an asset, has gone up. How much is the amount by which investments have gone up? 17,600 minus 15,000, which is rupees 2,600. What else has happened? Creditors are not likely to be paid. Means creditors or a liability has gone down. So when the creditors have gone down, they are to be put in the buy side of revaluation account, which is rupees 4,000. There is nothing else which is to be put in the revaluation account. Let us find out if there is a profit on revaluation or a loss on revaluation. So 5 plus 2 is 7,000, 7,400 minus 2,600 and 4,000. A total loss of rupees 800 was made on revaluation of assets and liabilities. This loss of rupees 800 will be distributed amongst X, Y and Z who are the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio, which is 3:2:1. And therefore, in a loss of 400, 267 and 133 was made for X, Y, Z on revaluation. Let us now find out some of the important journal entries which are to be done, and then we will make the partners capital. Meanwhile, we can copy the revaluation account and then we will move to adjustments on journal entries. So let us move to the journal entries now. The first entry will be for writing off old goodwill. As you see, there exists a goodwill at rupees 6,000 in the old balance sheet, which will be given to all the partners, including the retiring partner in their old ratio. So X's capital account debit, Y's capital account debit, Z's capital account debit to goodwill account. This 6,000 rupees will be distributed in the ratio 3:2:1, which is also their old ratio. And for the narration, you will write old goodwill written off by all the existing partners in their old ratio. For the next journal entry, that is the compensation of goodwill which is to be borne by the remaining partners, that is X and Y. We first have to calculate what is the retiring partner's share of goodwill. Now the question says the total goodwill of the firm is rupees 34,800. So for rupees 34,800, we will first find out what is Z share. Share of Z will be 3:2:1 for all three. So for Z is 1/6. 34,800 into 1/6 is rupees 5,800. This is in total Z share of goodwill, which will be distributed amongst X and Y in their gaining ratio. Here, since there is no information given, the gaining ratio will continue to be 3:2. So in 3:2, it will be divided as 3,480 and 2,320. 5,800 into 3/5, 5,800 into 2/5. So X will compensate 3,480 to Z and Y will compensate 2,320 to Z. Let us put this amount in the journal entry now. The journal entry will be X's capital account debit, that is gaining partner's debit. Y's capital account debit is also a gaining partner to Z's capital, means the retiring or the going away partner. So X will compensate rupees 3,480. Y will compensate rupees 2,320, and the total that will go to Z's capital account will be the full amount 5,800. The narration will be the compensation paid by X and Y to the retiring partner Z in the gaining ratio. Compensation for goodwill is now distributed as per the compensation made by X and Y to Z. Copy this down, then we will move to other adjustments of the results. Now, since the old balance sheet talks about investment fluctuation reserve and workman compensation reserve also, let us see how the amount will be treated. So, you see, The next journal entry includes how will the investment fluctuation reserve already standing in the old balance sheet be divided. Simply it will be written off by the old partners in their old ratio. So investment fluctuation reserve, the total amount was rupees 6,000 as per the old balance sheet. It will be distributed amongst X, Y and Z in the ratio 3:2:1. And the relation will be the investment fluctuation reserve now distributed amongst old partners, means all the partners including the retiring partner in their old ratio. Also, there is one more journal entry which will talk about the workmen compensation reserve. Workmen compensation reserve, in we are also saying that there is a claim which is likely to stand at rupees 750. It means a provision is to be made. So the total balance of workmen compensation reserve, please note this is not a claim, this is reserve. The total amount of reserve stands at rupees 12,000 minus a provision which is to be created. 750 का claim expected है. So what we are going to do, first we will subtract जो amount हमें लगता है कि पे वो नहीं लगा है. So we will distribute. The remaining workmen compensation reserve will be rupees 11,250. Now this 11,250 will be divided amongst X, Y and Z in their old ratio. So workmen compensation reserve account debit with a total of rupees 11,250 and X is capital, Y is capital and Z is capital in 3:2:1. Now let us divide 11,250 in 3:2:1. The amounts shall include 5,625 rupees. For right it shall be 11,250 into 2/6, which will be rupees 3,750, and for Z, who is to receive a portion of workmen compensation reserve when it is to be written off is rupees 1,875. So simply what we have done, 11,250 into 3/6, 11,250 into 2/6 and 11,250 into 1/6, and the balances are gone to 3 respective partners' capital accounts. So workmen compensation reserve minus the reserve for workmen compensation now distributed to all the partners in their old ratio. Copy down this entry, then we will move to partners' capital account. Please note, in the previous journal entry, investment fluctuation, the amount is 3,000, 2,000 and 1,000, which was not seen priorly in the screen. So now let us pass the adjustments through partners capital account. Quickly have a look how we have done this. The values of partners capital account as per the old balance sheet is transferred to X, Y and Z's respective capital account heads. The next adjustment that we are going to pass here is the investment fluctuation reserve, which was written off and distributed amongst the old partners in their old ratio. If you check out the journal entries, the amount will be clear to you. 3,000, 2,000 and 1,000. The journal entry that we have done, the second last one. After that, the workmen compensation reserve, which was available to be distributed, if you remember, 11,250, is now distributed amongst X, Y and Z as per their old profit sharing ratios. 3:2:1 is now posted to their partners' capital account, which is rupees 5,625, 3,750 and 1,875 as per the last journal entry that we have done for workmen compensation reserve written. Next entry will include how much will X and Y bear for Z's share of goodwill. Z's share of goodwill as per the new goodwill of the firm. X will bear 3,480 for the compensation made for gaming, and Y will pay rupees 2,320 to Z for the compensation made to Z for his share of sacrifice. Next, the goodwill which was written off, the previously existing goodwill of the firm as per the question, the old goodwill of the firm also stands and it is now to be written off. Rupees 6,000 is to be written off of the old goodwill of the firm. Next, there were advertisement expenses, and why have you posted it here? You posted it here because if you remember, there was advertisement suspense. This is the accumulated reserve, or you can say the amortization of the fixed asset that you are doing, or you can talk about the amount which is paid, which was for compensating a liability, a deferred revenue nature. A deferred revenue expenditure which was lying in the asset side of the old balance sheet, is now transferred to partner's capital account. So as per the old balance sheet, if you check out the asset side, there is advertisement expense, a suspense account of advertisement expense, which was a deferred revenue expense. It is now transferred to XYZ in their old ratio. It is also to be borne by Z because this is talking about those times when Z was also a partner. Next is investment. Since the question says the investments were taken over by Z and it was at rupees 17,600, the difference between market value and book value we have already adjusted through Z's account, revaluation. And then the revaluation amount, the balance or the loss transferred off for the revaluation for X, for Y and for Z. A total loss of revaluation transferred to X, Y, Z in their old profit sharing ratios. So here is the goodwill which is written off. On the asset side of the balance sheet you will find it. Then advertisement expenses which were deferred revenue nature. And we have done the adjustment to the old ratio. Adjustment of the deferred revenue nature expenditure in the old ratio. Next we have the investments which were taken over by Z. It will be given to Z's capital account. Next is the loss on revaluation transferred to X, Y and Z. Now the balances. And Z's capital for goodwill, of course, X is paying rupees 3480 and Y is paying 2320. This journal entry is in contrast to this journal entry, the goodwill journal entry, which is paid as a compensation to Z. Z's share of goodwill compensation. And this is adjusted through partner's capital account. Why have we done this? The question suggested that the adjustment of goodwill is to be made through the partner's capital account of X and Y. And the last thing is to find out what is the closing balances for X and Y. So first what we are going to do, X ka balance minus this is X's balance for the partner's new balance sheet, partner's capital account for X is this much. For Y, 37,750 minus 2,017, 267 and 2320. This is Y's capital balance to be transferred to the new balance sheet. Now what about Z? The question says he is to be paid rupees 5,067 immediately. Now since he was paid through a check to bank account, the remaining balance of Z's capital is to be done in two separate installments. And the question suggests different phases में हो रहा है. So three different phases में Z को payment हो रहा है. 5,067 rupees he is being paid immediately at the time of his retirement. Then the remaining 10,000. 29,675 minus 1,000 minus 875 minus 17,600 and minus 133. Also minus 5,067. The remaining balance is rupees 10,000, out of which half of the payment के लिए 50% payment के लिए they have opened a loan account for Z and for half of the payment they have made a draft. So there will be a bills payable and there will be Z's loan. Through bills payable, half of the amount, 5,000 का half of the amount, 2,500 will be carried forward through bills payable account, and the remaining amount will be transferred to Z's loan account. Why have we done this? We have done this because the adjustments in the question suggested. I repeat, Z at the time of retirement you are paying 5,067 rupees. The balance of rupees 5,000 is to be distributed in two more amounts. How? 50% as a draft and 50% as Z's transfer to Z's loan. So whatever you have paid through draft, a bill is payable, a bill is created, a bill payable is created, and half of the amount, which is 2,500, is transferred to Z's loan account. Through this, the account of Z is settled. His clear balance is nil, capital balance is nil, and for X and Y these are the closing capital balances. Now complete this and then we will move to the balance sheet of the new firm. Copy this down and then we will move to the balance sheet. Let us quickly have a look at the balance sheet of the new firm. Now on the asset side, you have cash at bank. The previous balance was 5,750, out of which you have paid to Z 5,067, and you have passed this journal entry, through Z's capital account also. So since we have paid to Z, we will subtract the balance because bank account is reduced. So the remaining balance is 683 rupees, which is transferred to asset side for cash at bank. closing balance. Now for debtors, total debtors were rupees 40,000 as per the balance sheet minus the total provision of 6%. So was raised through a revaluation amount. The total provision which will be distributed will be rupees 2,400. So the closing balance for debtors would be 37,600 rupees. Next is stock, which remains unchanged in the books of account. Then there is patent. 10,000 rupees was the original value, book value, and 2,000 were reduced. The final balance of patents become rupees 8,000. For machinery, the balance was rupees 50,000 as per the old balance sheet, and 55,000 rupees, the value has been reduced. So the final amount will be 50 minus 5, that is 45,000 rupees. Let us quickly move to the liability side and find out the balances. Reserve, workman compensation reserve is gone. The investment fluctuation reserve is gone. Old goodwill is written off, we will not write. And advertisement expenses which were a deferred revenue nature, they have been amortized. So we will not take this into consideration. Now our liability and workman compensation which still exists. If you remember rupees 750, a liability, a claim which can arise. So as a result, we have maintained rupees 750 on workman compensation, and the remaining amount we have transferred to XYZ in their old ratios. Next is the amount of creditors. 4,000 rupees के creditors अब नहीं arise होंगे, so you will reduce it. The total amount would be 21 minus 4,000, 17,000 on the outer column for creditors. Next is Z's loan account. If you remember, you have paid Z in 3 forms. First, you have paid him through bank. That means you have paid him at the time of retirement. Then, for the remaining 5,000, you have said 50% is to be paid through a bill payable and 50% is to be transferred to his loan account. So, from partners capital account of Z, we have now picked up these two entries. Z's loan account, which is 50% of the total amount, 5,000 का 50%, 2500 ट्रांसफर टू Z's लोन अकाउंट, और ये अमाउंट Z के लोन अकाउंट के नाम से यहीं पर स्टैंडर्ड रहेगा जब तक ये नया वाला जो फॉर्म है Z को पे ऑफ नहीं करती. Till that time it will remain as a loan on firm to be paid to Z, who is the retiring partner. And the next is a bills payable, जिसको 3 months after retirement Z को हम पे कर देंगे, but because we are making this balance sheet on 1st April, this amount will stand here only. So a bills payable of rupees 2,500, which is a draft, which is to be paid to Z. So जब तक ये draft cash नहीं हो जाता, it will remain here, और जब तक ये loan pay off नहीं हो जाता, it will remain here. The remaining balances for X and Y's capital will be X 67,120 as per the capital amount, and for Y 31,413 as per the capital amount. You will do the total of the asset side and the liability side. The balance sheet total will be 1,21,283 rupees. 1,21,283 rupees. I repeat, we have adjusted goodwill and we have adjusted the advertisement expenses, which was a deferred revenue expense. On the liability side, investment fluctuation reserve will not appear. Also, workman compensation will not appear. However, a liability or a claim which is expected at rupees 750 will continue to be here. Also, the amount which is due to Z through Z's loan account and through a bill or a draft which is to be paid to Z will remain to be a liability for the firm. Also, the capital accounts for X and Y will be stated as per their balances of the partner's capital account. This is how this question is complete. Kindly note down the new balance sheet and see you in the next class. Thank you.